thinking. To another CT Versus audio interview. This episode, I talk with Let's Get Invisible. They are a dark and heavy band from Woodbury, Connecticut. This past Halloween, they released The Bitter End. That is their debut album. They released it through Emo Cat Records, and the song you heard there in the intro, that is the title track to that record. The Bitter End is a wildly satisfying album that manages to capture what makes a beloved DIY band work so well. It is bristling with energy, it's dynamic, and it is loud as fuck. You simply love to see it, folks. Oh, and it was the album of the month of October on the CT Versus blog. Ooh la la. Anyways, I will be talking with Austin Traver and Brian O'Meara from the band. We recorded this interview while they were on the road touring with fellow label mates, Connecticut's Foxtails. I think that they were somewhere around Maryland at the time of this recording, but I asked them about the afterlife, what they would do if they were ghosts, where their name comes from, and who would likely be on their Mount Rushmore of Connecticut music. And if you are listening to this right as this episode goes live, you still have a chance to catch Let's Get Invisible and Foxtails on their tour. They are going to be playing in Burlington, Vermont on the 8th of November, Lowell, Massachusetts on the 9th of November, and Pleasantville, New York on the 10th. Okay, here's my interview with Let's Get Invisible. All right, so I am here on the road with Let's Get Invisible, and I am here with
Austin.
Brian.
So Austin, you're the singer and you play guitar?
Yeah.
And Brian, you play organ, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and ask the first question that I always ask everybody, which is where is your favorite place in Connecticut? And by that, I don't mean like a venue. I don't mean like at a certain gig. I just mean like your very favorite place. Doesn't have to be music related in Connecticut.
There's a town called Bethlehem.
Okay.
They have a lake there called Long Meadow Pond, and that's my favorite place.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's just like the town Bethlehem is like super small, so there's no one there ever. No cops or anything, so it's just kind of like the Wild West.
So it's not like the Bethlehem from the Bible?
Yeah. A lot of people actually go. It's the town like right next to where we actually live. And a lot of people actually go there to send their Christmas cards and stuff. And what's your favorite place, Brian?
All right, I guess in the same vein, I'll say Steep Rock in Washington, Connecticut.
Okay.
Nice little quiet set of woods. Very fun.
So are you guys like outdoorsmen?
I suppose. I mean, casual.
Yeah, just where we live, there's nothing around.
Right.
There's not much to do besides that.
Gotcha. I want to talk about that in just a second. Okay, that's okay. I was just saying that Bethlehem and Washington are decidedly unspooky places.
Yeah, it depends on the time of day. But
yeah, they're a little spooky, I'd say.
Okay.
There's a lot of old graveyards and stuff.
Yeah, I feel like Connecticut is filled with old graveyards.
Yeah. That's another thing. I really like walking around in those. It's really fun.
Why do you think it's fun?
It's just cool to like read about the people that died long, long ago.
So what do you think happens when we die?
Probably nothing.
What?
Yeah.
You're not a God-fearing man?
No.
What about you, Brian?
I wouldn't say I'm a God-fearing man either, but I don't know. We might float around. Who's to say?
So, like a ghost?
Maybe a ghost.
Yeah.
Maybe a reincarnation. Who am I to say?
You're Brian. I'm. You don't have to be an authority figure. So, if you guys are going to turn into ghosts, where would you want to haunt?
Oh, I think about this a lot. And a lot of the lyrics I write are about that. But I just think it'd be cool to kind of float around above everyone, so I can like float over the whole town, just like go check in on people. But I think I'd probably haunt a church because it'd be fun.
Oh, okay. And so that sounds kind of benevolent. Like it doesn't sound like you'd be like a malicious spirit.
Just a little playful.
Gotcha. Mischief. And Brian
wouldn't do any harm.
Gotcha.
Just mess around with people. I was saying, turn on a faucet, flip a pancake. Just freak them out.
So it sounds like you guys just want to like have fun whenever you're ghosts.
Yeah, I mean that'd probably be the best way to go about being a ghost.
So I feel like in movies you always have like these ghosts they're always like unable to move on because they have some kind of unresolved business here on Earth. So what would your unresolved business be?
I don't know. Maybe like I would record like an album after I was a ghost.
And then you'd be able to successfully move on to the afterlife?
Yeah. If that were to be a thing, yes.
Okay, you're still skeptical. We haven't converted you yet. That's okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
What about you, Brian? What is your unresolved business on Earth?
Well, nothing so far. We'll see what happens when we get there, but maybe, depends on when the time of death is. If it's in the middle of a meal, choke on a ham sandwich.
Then so you would like haunt the Earth until somebody was able to finish that ham sandwich for you.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Okay.
A bird, a squirrel, a person. Yeah.
All right. So just a minute ago, I think Austin, you mentioned that there's not a whole lot to do from your hometown. And are you talking about Woodbury?
Yeah. Well, I'm like originally I lived in Bethlehem a lot of my life, but it's right next to Woodbury. It's basically the same town.
Okay.
Same school system and stuff. So
I guess one of the things that I'm kind of curious about is I feel like a lot of like the music scene is kind of saturated with like, like middle and southern Connecticut, right? What do you think it is, if anything, that Woodbury like kind of changed about the way that you see music or the way that you play music?
I mean, it kind of goes back to the same thing I said before, but we didn't have anything to do, so we just like decided to start a band and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I like it because it's like you're not just like, oh, this band's from New Haven. You're not just a New Haven band. You're like you're from the middle of nowhere and you're weird and mysterious and stuff.
Sure. What is the stereotype for New Haven bands?
I don't know. I just feel like every band's from New Haven.
It does feel a little bit that way. Yeah.
I mean, most stuff goes down there. There's not too many Hartford shows,
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of the shows that I see y'all play are in the New Haven area. Is that fair to say? Like, or at least Hamden. I feel like I lump those together usually whenever I'm thinking about shows.
Yeah, we haven't played that many since we got back from the last tour, but most of them were in New Haven. Yeah, we played in Holland too on Halloween.
Oh yeah, that's right, the house show.
Yeah, that was nice. That was out in the middle of nowhere too.
Yeah, you guys did not do a cover set, right?
No.
If you guys were going to do a cover set, who would you do?
We did one last year, and we covered this band called Black Churches from Western Mass. Okay, so you wouldn't want to do like Nickelback or any of the obvious choices then? Probably not. We'd probably just do Black Churches again. Maybe the Doors. That'd be cool. What would a Knife Kickers version from Let's Get Invisible sound like? It'd probably sound pretty similar because it's still me and John. Right. and I would just have him. Oh, I guess I couldn't have him sing because then it wouldn't be a cover.
Oh yeah,
So it would sound pretty much the same. It would just be me singing instead.
But with like organs, right?
Yeah, I mean, we put some organ on there. Actually, Brian played on the Night Pickers album a lot.
Okay, gotcha. So you guys you're in Woodbury, you're in high school, and this isn't the start of Let's Get Invisible, right? This is because you guys were making music before Let's Get Invisible. Is that right?
No.
Okay. For some reason, I was thinking, there's like a Budrus connection, right?
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, we were in Budrus, yeah.
Okay, and so does that predate LGI?
I guess it was around the same time.
Okay, gotcha.
But then people just liked that a lot more at the time.
Okay, why do you think that is?
Because it was a lot more palatable music, you know. Just nice love songs and stuff.
And you don't think Let's Get Invisible writes love songs?
No, well, in a way, yes, but they're not like so straightforward love songs. You know, like it doesn't sound like it's a love song.
Okay, and
most of the time it is.
So you're in high school. Are you like just doing your own thing, or are there other bands that you guys are playing with, or?
We actually, we went to high school with this kid who was in the Guru.
Okay.
So we got to see them a whole bunch back in the day, and there was some really cool shows in like our lunchroom of our high school.
Okay.
So that's kind of how we found out about music in general. Like Level Up played in the lunchroom of our school and stuff.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. High Pop and all that stuff.
Right. So it seems like there was like some connection then, you're off doing your own thing, but there's at least like, it seems like some gateway or some avenue into kind of like the greater Connecticut scene.
Yeah. At that time, I don't really think there is anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the time there was, and it's pretty cool.
So are you guys spooky boys?
Spooky boys?
I'll let you take this one, Brian.
I think it depends on the moment you catch us. You know, the bad day, a spooky old boy might come out of each and every one of us. But no, I'd say generally Casper, friendly, spooky ghosts or something.
So spooky, but like in a friendly way.
Yeah.
It goes back to the mischievous kind of aspect of your haunting.
Yeah.
Precisely.
No malicious intent. Just all fun and games.
Sure. So what is it about? Like, I don't know how to phrase this. I feel like your music is very dark, right? It's very gothic, but I am not sure that I consider the four of you like individually spooky or dark or gothic, right? So where does that come from?
I think it's cool to make scary music because not many people do it. And I like watching horror movies, so it's cool to try to make something that sounds like that.
Yeah. So what about you, Brian?
Oh yeah, I'm along for the ride here. I like I don't know. It's fun to contribute to.
I think most of it's not really we didn't really try to make it sound spooky, but with the organ, it just kind of happens, you know?
Sure. And so if you were to like
the goal necessarily.
Okay. Cause I was going to say, like, if you took the organ and like turned it into like synth, would that make LGI like a synth wave band?
Yeah. I mean, I guess that would sound more like gothic, right? Isn't that the whole goth thing?
I guess so, but I think that might sound terrible.
We'll try it.
Okay, so you might try it tonight in Baltimore?
Yeah, probably.
Cool.
Gotta run it by the other two.
So what do whenever people hear you, what do people tell you your genre is?
I don't know. People don't say much. I've definitely gotten some weird ones though. One time some guy told us that we sounded like them Crooked Vultures.
Okay.
Which I don't know if you know who that is, but it's like a super group it's like Dave Grohl and the Red Hot Chili Peppers drummer. I don't know. It doesn't sound like us at all.
Yeah, so it's that's Yeah, Dave Grohl on drums, John Paul Jones from Led Zeppelin on bass, and Josh Homme from Queens of Stone Age.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know if I hear that either.
Yeah, it was strange. People don't really say much to us after we play.
What do you think that is?
Because we're ugly.
I don't know if that's true. I think you guys are quite a handsome quartet.
You think we're beautiful?
Yeah, I think you're hunks.
Nice.
So is Sarah Stroh, is she the fifth secret member of the band?
Yeah. Well, we've known Sarah for like ever. Our principal signed us up to play a Battle of the Bands at her high school when we were in high school.
Okay.
So we met her when I think she was like 15 and we were probably like 16, 17.
Okay.
So we've known her for a very long time now. And yeah, she has been to a lot of our shows since the early days.
Yeah. And so you said that your principal shipped you out to another high school to play?
Yeah, he like signed us up for a Battle of the Bands at Oxford High School, which is where Sarah Stroh went.
So he wasn't like you guys need to get the fuck out of here and play that somewhere else.
No, I don't know what it really was. I think he liked us or something. I don't know why he did it, but it's good that he did because we probably wouldn't have met Sarah Stroh if he didn't do that.
I feel like your paths would have probably crossed eventually.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, she's kind of like ubiquitous with the DIY scene.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. She started going to shows once we met her.
So are you taking credit for?
Yeah,
bringing
actually,
her?
yeah, I'm responsible for Sarah Stroh.
Okay, well, thank you very much. That's very cool.
You're welcome.
All right. So, is it okay if we talk about the new album?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. So, how does it feel to like have it done and have it out there?
Feels pretty great. It's been done for a very long time now, so it's just like it's really nice to finally be able to put it out.
Yeah. Brian, do you have any thoughts on that?
Oh, same thing. It's just it's cool.
You seem super mellow.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking sweet, eh? I don't know.
Yeah. So I guess I'm just kind of curious because you guys have been working on some of these songs for a while, and I didn't know if it was like whenever you release it, if it feels like you're putting something to rest, or if it feels like, do you feel invigorated? Do you feel at peace?
A little bit of all of that. Definitely the putting something to rest thing, just because it's like you're never going to record those again, so
sure,
you're going to play them live. People are going to hear them that way, but the majority of people that ever hear your music, they're going to hear that one time that you played that song.
Right.
So it kind of feels like really, really final in a way. Like I hope that's a good representation.
Yeah, absolutely. When did you record this?
I think February.
Okay.
Started in February, just like random weekends. We would just go up to Phil's house. He lived in Ellington. So we would pack up. John had like a shitty old Jeep. We'd put all our stuff in there and drive up there for the weekend and then work on like some drums. And then we did guitar next weekend and stuff.
Yeah. And so when you say Phil, you're talking about Phil Lord, who helped direct the Lego movie, right?
He helped write the Lego movie?
Yeah.
Oh, that's news to me. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And I think he played. Yeah. And a couple of other movies like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Like,
yeah, look it up. Yeah, if you don't believe me, you can Google it. So,
all right, I'll be looking that up.
Okay, yeah. Him and Chris Miller. But I think most people in Connecticut know him probably as like the bass player for Cragmask, right?
Yeah, probably.
And so, why did you want to work with the bass player for Cragmask?
Well, we recorded a single song with him, like last year.
Okay.
But we played at Dennis, the venue. It was called Flash Mall. It was called House of Fibs. But we played there, and he came up to us afterwards, and pretty much forced us at that point to agree to record with him.
And so was it like he let you record one song as like a taste, like a dealer?
Yeah, he just wanted to try. I think at that time he had never like recorded drums before,
Okay.
so he just wanted to like experiment on this.
Gotcha. And so he mixed it, and Ryan from Doom Beach mastered it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you have any Doom Beach connections other than you guys play a lot and tour?
I just like I met them at a show once. I went to their release show actually when they put out their album.
Okay.
And I saw them and I was like, I'm gonna ask them to tour with us because they're really good.
Is that how that started?
Yeah.
That's wild.
I just figured I'd ask them because I like them and they seem like nice people. And then we became very good friends. We just hung out all the time after that. James is actually a teacher now.
I had no idea. What does he teach?
I think right now he's just subbing.
Okay. Do you does anybody in Let's Get Invisible have interesting day jobs or unexpected day jobs?
No, none of us went to college, so
yeah,
pretty boring general jobs. I don't even have one at the moment.
You're a musician.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a starving artist.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Well, John works in a machine shop, so that's kind of cool. I don't really know what he does, but he like sharpens pieces of metal all day.
That sounds like it could be really menacing.
He threatens his boss to pay him.
Yeah.
Right. So you said that you were sitting on this record for a while, right? And was that because you were kind of shopping it out to record labels?
We weren't really. I wasn't really planning on doing that, but I somehow that label Emo Cat heard it.
Yeah.
Probably through John Foxtails.
Right.
Or I sent it to them, but I don't think I did. I don't remember. But somehow they got in contact with me and wanted to put it out. So we just had to go through the whole process of that.
Right.
So that's why it took a while.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I think you sent me some of these tracks like over the summer, and I was like hounding you, like, you got to release this. This is awesome.
They were done when I sent them to you.
Okay.
Like it's just they were done for a real long time.
So is it too early to start asking about like album number 2? I feel like that
no.
Actually, okay. I was gonna say, like, if you don't want to talk about that, that's okay, because I feel like that's also a really annoying question. Like, you just released like a really great album. It's kind of sucks to be asked about the next album, but because you guys have been working on these songs for some time, I figured there's probably more material out there.
Yeah, definitely. We got a few new songs. We got one in the rotation for this tour, and then we're probably gonna come back and finish all of them up. And we're gonna re-record some old ones.
Some of the ones that are on Bandcamp.
Yeah, and some that are not.
So
not anything from this album. We're not re-recording anything from this album, but
sure.
Stuff before.
Right. So why are you charging over $600 for your album on Bandcamp?
Oh yeah, that's because the label that we signed to, they didn't want us to put it on our Bandcamp at all.
Right. Just like Foxtails, right? I think Foxtails' new album is like that too.
Yeah. So I figured if I put it for a ridiculous price, then people will be forced to go to their Bandcamp and download it.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's the reasoning behind that. I just picked 666 because it was funny.
Yeah. So you guys are touring with Foxtails. I assume they're like in a different vehicle. I'm thinking here if I like say something
we
funny about
fit
them.
everyone in our van.
Gotcha. And so I know you guys play a lot too. Is that because of any reason? Like any like, is it like Doom Beach where you just like really like their music and that's why you established that connection?
Yeah. Also, we've just known everyone in Foxtails for a long time. So we've been playing shows with all of them for like, I don't know, probably like 4 years at this point.
So they embrace like the screamo label, right? Like the genre identifier. Like I think they self-consider themselves that. Do you consider yourself a screamo band?
No one ever even said that until we signed for this label.
Right.
And then that word's just getting thrown all over the place. But I don't know. I guess so. I'm not. I don't really like screamo, and I don't really think much of any of us do. But
What do y'all listen to in your downtime?
what do you like, Brian?
I'd say I'm partial to jazz, sir.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Oh, it did ask. That's like all I listen to.
Okay, like what kind of jazz?
It's a lot of it. It depends on the day. Sometimes I'll, dive into something a little more free. Sometimes I'll listen to some standards. It really depends.
Sure.
But most of it.
And so, Austin, I assume that your answer is the same.
Definitely not. I don't really like jazz. I like the Beatles a lot, so I mostly listen to that. It's just like old pop music.
Yeah. What's the best Beatles album?
What?
And I said, what's the best Beatles album? And there is a right answer, so be
There's
careful.
a right answer?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Abbey Road.
Yeah, that's the right answer.
Oh, cool. That's my favorite, at least. Although Sgt. Pepper is great, too.
So, are you guys fighting over the stereo on the first leg of the tour?
Not so much. John was playing music for a bit. I was playing music, listening to Ween.
Okay, hell yeah.
So that was fun.
Yeah, I feel like we all have a pretty big common ground,
Yeah.
Most of us like most things, but we all have our little niches,
Yeah, and so whenever you say most things, like, you just mean like I guess like generic, like just the genre of like rock and roll or like alternative rock or
I don't know. I mean, I like country. A lot of country's pretty good.
what?
Like Merle Haggard and stuff.
Okay, so like old country then.
Yeah. Me and John, I think Brian too. We like Dean Martin a lot.
Okay,
Frank Sinatra, stuff like that.
I'm
So it's
gonna be
kind of
honest.
all over the place.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if I hear that on the album.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, we don't really listen to music that sounds like the album. Well, Eric and John listen to heavy stuff a lot.
Yeah, to me that's super interesting though. Like, so why is it? And I guess this I've already kind of asked this a little bit, but like, why is it that you guys typically listen to things that are a little bit less heavy or just not at all kind of metal like this, but you churn out an album that is like unabashedly heavy?
I really don't know. It's kind of weird, huh? I think it's just it's fun to make that kind of music.
Okay.
It's like jazz in the sense where it's like I think it's more fun to play than to listen to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, all right.
Sorry, I didn't mean to shit on jazz, Brian.
No. That's fine, dude.
But you know what I mean? It's like I have a lot of fun playing it, but it's pretty abrasive music.
Yeah, that's cool.
It is, but I feel like you guys lean into melody, and that makes it, so it's abrasive, but it's also like very user friendly. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, it doesn't feel like the music holds me in contempt, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. That's probably a good thing, right?
I think so, but I'm not sure. Like, but I would imagine that like when I listen to Foxtails, I feel kind of the opposite. Like whenever I listen to Foxtails, I kind of feel like I'm the adversary, if that makes sense.
Well, yeah, they're really good. Like,
yeah, absolutely. But I mean, like I guess the presentation is different. Is all I mean.
yeah.
All right. So you guys finished with Doom Beach not too long ago. What was your favorite show with Doom Beach, and why was it Underneath the Highway?
Oh, I actually wasn't gonna say that one, but that's a funny story. So I will tell you a little bit about that.
Yeah.
But I guess it was just really hard to find a venue for that day. So the dude setting up the show just decided to have it underneath the bridge. So he just like brought his generator out there and a PA, and we played under a bridge.
That's what happened. Like, I guess whenever I saw pictures, I assumed that like there was some kind of that this was intentional. You know, like that was the plan from the start.
Well, I knew it was. So Ryan from Doom Beach told me it was under a bridge, but I thought it was like a building. Like I thought it was
Right.
inside. I didn't actually think it was going to be like in the dirt underneath the fucking highway. But can I say the F word? That's fine, right?
Yeah, that's fine. You can say fuck.
Cool. Yeah. I just didn't expect that at all. But it was really cool. It sounded really cool out there.
So, like, I have a hard time like imagining like, so people like came to see it though, right? Like it wasn't just like.
Oh yeah, there was people there.
Yeah, that's wild. Like.
Yeah. It was like pretty close to like a walking path and like a little park thing or something. So I think people just like parked there and walked over and were hanging out.
Yeah. So would you want to play any more outdoor gigs after that one?
Did I outdoor?
Yeah. So like if in Connecticut, if you can like, actually here's an idea, and you don't have to give me credit for it. I think you guys should play your next release show, or maybe even your homecoming show in Connecticut at Holy Land in Waterbury.
Oh, that's a pretty cool idea, actually. I feel like we'd get arrested for that.
Probably so, but that's okay. I mean, like we're doing it for the art, right?
Yeah, that's a cool idea, though. I like that.
Have you guys been up there?
Actually, never have.
Okay.
I was born in Waterbury. I've lived there a little bit, but I've never been there.
It's Holy Land?
Yeah, have you been there, Brian?
Yeah, it freaks me out.
Wait,
What's there?
I have a question for you, CT Versus.
Yeah. What's up?
Where are you from?
Where do you think that I'm from?
For some reason, I think you're from Torrington.
That's an interesting guess. I mean, I can't tell you, but that is.
Tell me?
No.
Oh, okay. I was just curious, where you're from. I don't know.
I sometimes people ask me about my accent, and I guess I have. People think that I'm from the Northwest for some reason, but I'm not going to confirm or deny that.
I don't really know why I thought you were from Torrington. I think it's just a hunch. Well, Torrington or Waterbury or anywhere in between, but I don't think you're from New Haven.
Why not?
I don't know.
I'm not cool enough.
No, because you're too cool.
Okay. All right. So that was with Doom Beach, and so the bridge scene, that was with Doom Beach. Was there any other like super memorable gigs or even disastrous gigs?
Yeah, there was a pretty weird one actually. It was this place called the Dome in Kent,
Okay.
Ohio. It was like a weird little college town, and it used to be a strip club, but it wasn't anymore, or it wasn't a strip club that day. And and by the time that we played, there was Doom Beach was watching us, and the bartender, and then one guy. And so I figured since it was just us playing for basically no one in this weird. The building was like literally a dome. It was shaped like a circle, and it felt. I don't know. Have you ever seen the movie Green Room?
Yeah.
It felt like that when we got there.
Okay, that's
It
terrifying.
felt like we were gonna get killed or something.
Yeah.
A little bit. But we were embracing it. It was kind of funny. And then we just played a really weird show, and Eric made his nose bleed, and I spit on myself and stuff.
And so during this tour, did you also play like a place called like the Laundromat or something like that?
Yeah.
Was that the same tour?
Yeah, that was called Dirty Dungarees. Is a laundromat.
I feel like that's a pretty crazy tour to have, like play in a bridge, play a strip club, and then play at a laundromat. That's range.
Yeah, the laundromat was weird because it was like a fully active laundromat, like even while the show was going on. So people were like getting out of like their like shift or whatever at like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock and going to do their laundry, and it was just like Doom Beach and us being really loud.
That is awesome. I would love to go to a laundromat like that.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I actually got a For Your Health sticker off the bulletin board in there.
Like a Steve Brule For Your Health thing?
It's a band. It's actually a
Wait.
screamo band.
For Your Health? I guess I don't know them.
They put out a split with Shin Guard. It's pretty good.
Okay. So talking about gigs, like where's your favorite place to play in Connecticut? And why is it the church? No, you don't have to answer that if you don't want to.
I do like the church. I don't think it's the church, but I don't know where else it would be. I feel like I like house shows more than anything else.
Yeah.
Also, I liked the Heirloom Arts Theater, but that's no longer a thing.
Right.
But that place is really fun to play. I don't know. Where's your favorite place to play gigs, Brian?
That's that's a toughie. I also am partial to house shows for sure. Or just
Yeah.
I like crowded, sort of tight spaces. I think that's fun.
Gotcha. So you probably like Crunch House.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So on your tour right now with Foxtails, where are you most excited to visit?
I'm excited to go to Vermont because I've never been to Vermont. Yeah.
What's there to see in Vermont?
I don't know. It's just like probably really cool. I don't really like cities or anything that much, and I feel like that's as far as you can get from being in a city with still kind of being sort of around things.
Yeah. It makes sense given what you guys told me about like that spot by Longmeadow Pond. It sounds like that what you described sounded like Vermont.
Yeah. I hope so. I don't know. Never been. Brian used to live in Vermont, I think. What are you most excited to visit?
That's a good question. Actually, I don't know why. I'm just kind of excited for Delaware.
Yeah, Delaware's cool.
It sounds fun.
Yeah, it's one of those places like if you blink, you miss it.
Oh,
yeah, it is. It's weird, though. There's like a really thriving music scene in Delaware.
Oh, no shit?
Yeah, you wouldn't think it, but there's like a lot of house venues there.
Okay. That's really surprising because like normally when I think of Delaware, I think of like, I don't know, like tax haven, kind of like suburban, like not necessarily like house shows and rock and roll music.
I mean, I guess it's just Newark, Delaware, which is like at the top.
Okay.
And it's really close to Philly, and it's pretty close to Baltimore as well.
Gotcha.
So that probably helps.
Are you guys going to plan to move to Philadelphia?
Yeah, we're playing Delaware tomorrow, and then I think Philadelphia's the next day.
And so you're going to like move there though, right? Like that's what like most independent musicians do these days.
Oh no, I fucking hate that.
Why is that? Because it's a city?
No, just because like you don't gotta move to do you're doing it already. Doesn't matter where you are.
Yeah, I see what you mean, but I think like some people feel like, especially like Connecticut, for example, like you see a lot of people move to either Boston or New York City, right? For like a bigger market.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
It upsets me just because a lot of times those people will move to those cities and then they just kind of don't ever say they're from Connecticut.
Sure.
And it's like you gotta rep CT or no one's ever gonna like it.
So on the Mount Rushmore of Connecticut musicians, who are the four faces that you're going to put on there?
Oof, it's a tough one. Well, obviously you.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much.
Sarah Stroh up there. Well, we can't really put you up there because you don't
blank.
Yeah.
No, you've seen my face. It's I'm a delightful puppy dog.
Oh yeah, okay. We'll put the dog up there.
Yeah.
Sarah Stroh, maybe Phil.
So we got one more. Is it going to be
Eric deserves a spot. Eric Wall.
Yeah.
Eric the Slick Rick Wall deserves a spot.
Yeah, let's put him up there. Just for the fun of it.
Yeah. So what has Eric done to deserve it?
He's just really pretty.
Okay.
He's got a good face.
Yeah. So is he the hunkiest of the band?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So all right. So that means that we're going to leave off John Mayer.
Yeah. John
Are you going to be able to sleep at night knowing that John Mayer?
John Mayer.
Yeah.
Is he from Connecticut?
He's from Bridgeport.
Oh yeah, no, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. Not, he doesn't need it.
Okay. So you're also going to leave off Rivers Cuomo from Weezer?
Well, yeah, after the fucking Africa thing.
Hell yeah.
I mean, if he just left it like, I don't know, Pinkerton or something, or maybe a couple of,
Sure.
Yeah, I agree.
So you're going to leave off Mark McGrath from Sugar Ray?
Oh, fuck. Well, okay, all right. So since this is our own Mount Rushmore,
Yeah.
how about we add a fifth face for Mark McGrath?
I like that. I like that very much.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. So I have one more question, and it's kind of multiple parts, all right?
Okay.
So let's say that by some accident, Let's Get Invisible is elected to the governorship of Connecticut. So which of you four is going to be the lead governor So that's part one. Part two is which new tax are you going to levy to fix the state budget? And part three is what will you do to save DIY music?
All right, you want to take part one, Brian?
Yeah. So I'm going to just go out and say, I think, since Eric is already on the Connecticut Mount Rushmore, I think he deserves a sort of retroactive spot as the governor. I feel like that makes sense.
That's true. That's the only way it would make sense if we put him on the Mount Rushmore anyway.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
And he's just so dang sexy. He'd make a great governor.
So dang sexy. Yeah, it doesn't even matter what he says.
Yeah.
Is he as sexy as Ned Lamont?
As who?
As Ned Lamont.
That's just how breathtaking Eric is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
can't even think about Ned Lamont.
Yeah.
I don't even have room in my fucking head for him. Eric's just sitting up front right now, and God, we're having trouble back here. CT versus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I've seen you play live. I know what it's like. You're just transfixed. It's like a tractor beam. It's just like, it's hard to look away.
I know. Imagine what it's like being in a band with them.
You're supposed to remember how to play songs. It's absurd.
And so what will you do with your legislation, or I guess with Eric's legislation, but you're the cabinet. So what will you do to save DIY music in Connecticut?
I will destroy New York City and Boston.
So you declare an act of war against those two cities?
Yeah, nuclear war.
Okay.
Nuclear warfare.
Wow, I didn't know that Connecticut had nuclear arms. That's interesting.
We do.
That's the first step when Eric becomes governor.
Okay.
This is actually a terrifying reign that Eric...
Yeah, you don't want Eric to be the governor.
So, what are you guys going to make the state anthem now that you're governors?
Ooh. Political Science by Randy Newman.
Okay. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, that's a good one, though. Yeah.
So, I forgot to ask you about this. Where does the name Let's Get Invisible come from?
There's a Goosebumps book. Yeah. We're really not creative, and it was on the shelf in John's room. So
I love that. I love that.
That's it. The rest is history.
Yeah, I love that because it's kind of, I don't know, it's a good way to tie this all together, because you were talking about how, like, it seems like you're not really spooky boys. You're just a little bit mischievous, right? Like, it's not about actually scaring people as much as it is like kind of embracing gothicness. And I feel like that's what Goosebumps does, right? It's like playfully horror.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
That's what you were going to say, right?
Yeah, I think so. You kind of cut out there, but I think I got the gist of it.
Okay. All right. All right. So that's all the questions that I had for y'all. Is there anything that you want me to ask you, or anything that you want to ask me?
Who the sexiest member of the band is?
Okay. I think we may have covered that, but who do you think is Eric? Okay. Interesting. It's a curveball. Any other questions you guys have for me?
I guess that's about it. You got anything, Brian?
No, I think I'm all set.
Yeah. Well, come see us on tour if you're listening to this and you're in one of the areas. Find us on the internet. Check out the poster.
Yep, and come see the marvelous Eric Wall.
Yeah. If you do anything, like, you gotta come to see. He's definitely getting real uncomfortable about this.
Yeah, he's like squirming in his seat.
Gotcha. But people will, if they saw Eric, they would pay like full cover.
Oh yeah. We don't even need a sliding scale at that point. They're begging to get in.
All right. So I'll keep in touch. Thank you guys so much for playing along.
Yep. Thank you. Yeah.
Have safe travels.
Yeah. You too. Have a good night.
As well.
Bye. So that was my interview with Let's Get Invisible. Their album, The Bitter End, is out now on Bandcamp, where you can order it digitally or as a cassette through Emo Cat Records. And I'm going to play you out with my favorite track, and it's the final track off of The Bitter End. It's called Teresa Falls Up the Stairs, Teresa Falls Down the Stairs. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.